Check it out, Warriors. Let's talk about that carnivore diet that everybody's talking about. Everybody's messaging me. I guess this is the thing that's going on. You know, this is the diet of the year. You know, and it's all because you could eat endless protein. Fats are high. But let me tell you one thing. Carbs. Carbs is the one that you're going to have to remove. And a lot of you guys can't take it. I tried it already. So, you know, I'm speaking out of experience. And first of all, was keto. All these diets that are coming in, you know, every year, everybody gets hyped up, everybody gets pumped up, everybody gets motivated. You know, you guys forget to do the research. You know, you guys forget to go deep in the diet to see, you know, if it's going to be sustainable, if it's going to be long term, if it's going to be something that you're going to be able to do, because that's the whole key here. Like, why would you try to go and do something quick, you know, and which it seems easy, or that person that's talking about it makes it seem easy, wonderful, and that it's going to work. Any diet works. Like I said before, what's the best diet? The one that you're going to follow? You know, what's the diet that you're going to lose the weight quicker? The one that you stick to? There is no shortcuts here. The only problem here is that, you know, people hear these diets, they pump them up, they promote them. You know, they'll tell you, oh, you'll drop weight quick, you're going to get amazing results. Nah, man, it's all hype. You guys got to stop, you know, believing the hype and falling into this trap. Because what's going to happen is that you're going to, you know, that's a lot of time wasted. A lot of people that end up doing keto, which that was popular, you know, but now people found out that shit, that's not even their lifestyle. It's not sustainable. It's not something that you would do long view. Why? Because the same thing, you're removing carbs. Carbs, you know, a lot of people, they can't be without carbs. Obviously, the people that are actually doing those diets and that's working, you know, for them, they, you know, they had health issues. They have no choice. Absolutely, they do feel better because they were over consuming on carbs. So obviously, once you remove the carbs, you know, you're going to experience less inflammation, more clarity. It's all the same. Fasting, keto, carnivore, all those three diets, the popular diets that I hear all the time. What about fasting? What about the carnivore? What about keto? All those diets are fine. You know, I'm not against those diets. I'm not against, you know, what people are doing with them, or how they're speaking about it, pumped up and motivating others. You know, it works. I know it works. It works for them. It works. You know, I tried it. You know, I dropped some weight with it, but it's not long view. It's not realistic. A lot of you guys got to, you know, think about what you guys going to do or what you guys going to get into before you start. If not, it's going to be a lot of waste of time. It's going to be, you know, you investing in yourself, which you forgot to do your research. And a lot of people don't like the end result. Keto, you know, I use keto here on my program at a certain extent, you know, and at a certain point. Because I already know that people ain't going to be able to live without carbs. You know, carbs is a source of energy that the body needs. So it's fats. Obviously, you could thrive and survive without carbs. You don't need carbs. The body will make glycogen, which that's what we need carbs for, the energy. It stores that muscular glycogen. But the problem with that is, like, a lot of us, you know, our environment, our culture, you know, our family, you know, the gatherings that we have, there's endless carbs. So that's something that you will torture yourself. You will, you know, set yourself up for failure, because eventually, you know, you don't have the willpower. You don't have the discipline to stay in a diet for a long period of time without having carbs. And carbs ain't bad. The thing about it is that people abuse them. That's how they demonize carbs, because people, oh, they'll say, like, that's bad, and, you know, it got me here, and it made me feel like this, and now I'm diabetic, and now I'm pre-diabetic. Yeah, you got yourself there for overconsumption of anything, overconsumption of any kind. You know, it's going to destroy you. At a certain point, it's going to matter. At a certain point, you know, you're exceeding the boundaries of moderation, which that's what this is all about. If you eat in moderation, you know, the body will absorb it. Obviously, we overconsume. We have abundance food now, you know, where we could just easily, you know, have access to, you know, in your pantry, endless carbs, you know, You go to the fast food place, that's all they give you is largest amount of carbs. A restaurant, they just load you up with carbs. Carbs are cheap. Carbs are cheap, so they set you up for failure there, because, you know, it's like you just keep eating. That's like it's sugar, it's tasty, it doesn't get you as full. Proteins was gonna get you full. That's, you know, where everybody's missing. We're not eating enough protein to even get the results we want. People want results, but they don't understand that, you know, the main macronutrients that builds muscle and that burns fat. The way that you burn fat is by building muscle, working out, and having a structured plan where, you know, I structure macros, you know, according to their height, weight, and age. All that plays a big factor. I'm not going to throw somebody, you know, right out the back on a deficit that I know for a fact they're not going to be able to handle it. And this is what people do. People that are overweight excessively will end up doing like these crazy diets that they'll just totally like chop the carbs. They'll just remove them completely, and they're going to run it in and see how much willpower they have. That's a setup. That's a setup within themselves, because, you know, they just didn't do the research. They're going to crack. They're going to fold. They're not used to, you know, being that disciplined. They're not used to not having carbs. That body will end up cracking. You're mentally not there yet. Like I said, you know, you got to be more realistic with the diets that you're choosing to actually partake in. You know, the diets that you're, you know, so pumped up about. You know, it's not about this, you know, quick results or this magic pill that is going to get the result that you're after. It's long view. You know, this is a lifestyle. You know, this is something that, you know, you have to get used to so you could maintain healthy and maintain, because it's all about health. It's all about how you feel. The looks, that's going to come by default, by you putting in the work, by you eating in a structured manner. There is no doubt about that. You're going to get that for sure. But you ain't going to be able to keep it if you start eating like you used to, which that's what a lot of people do. They'll get the results with these crazy diets. But what happens? They get tired, they get bored, and they'll end up going back to square one. And since they weren't disciplined, that's when they start gaining all the weight back, because they missed it so much. The body starts tricking you into like, oh, I want more. It's like a dopamine effect, you know, like you introduce carbs, that's sugar. The body goes crazy. The cravings go crazier. And since you're not disciplined enough that's where I teach here on my program, you will end up just digging yourself deeper in a hole, which you're going to go back to square one. You're going to be now with more disbelief because you tried something that you thought was going to work and you thought that was the best diet ever, which, you know, somebody tricked you into believing that. And you're just going to just totally like not trust any diet no more. You know, you're going to have that in the back of your head. Oh, this is not going to work. You're already predicting the future. Get under control. Make sure you do your research before you get into these crazy diets that last 2 to 3 months, and then you go back to square one. It's called yo-yo dieting, is what people do. Run it.